Redux community provides a library for async operation called Redux Thunk. Let's talk a little bit about the term thunk here. The word thunk is a programming term that means a piece of code that does some delayed work. Rather than execute some logic now, we can write a function body or code that can be used to perform the work later. The Redux Thunk package provides a middleware that allows you to dispatch functions instead of actions. Let's revisit the definition of middleware for a moment. Middleware is a function that is executed before dispatch the actions reach the reducer. However, since the reducer should be a pure function, you should not do tasks with side effects such as async operation or printing. The reducer needs to compute the new state with only the action and the previous state. Then, in middleware, whatever is dispatched other than action, I think that is only necessary to convert it into an action before reaching the reducer. Yes, that's right. Thunk middleware allows you to dispatch functions instead of actions. However, it should not dispatch any function, but allows special functions to be dispatched. A function that Thunk middleware can interpret is called Thunk action. So, what does a Thunk action need to finally dispatch a normal action? First of all, in order to dispatch a normal action, a dispatch function of the store is required. Also, you may need to make a different judgment depending on the current state value. For example, if the counter value of the current state is even, no action is taken. That is, the Thunk action swallows without passing any action to the reducer. So we need state as well. A store instance has a dispatch and state. I mentioned that a function that Thunk middleware can interpret is called Thunk action. However, looking at the conditions I mentioned, the Thunk action requires a store. Then, the Thunk action is just a function that takes the Redux store as an argument. A Thunk action can dispatch an action using the store's dispatch function, but it can also swallow it. In other words, a Thunk action can do whatever it wants until it dispatches or swallows the action. So, you can do async operation for granted. So, let's take a look at what a Thunk action looks like. Thunk action receives a store as an argument and do some work, including async work, and then dispatch actions. Thunk action definition is any function that takes a store as an argument. Then a function that returns a function that has a store as an argument can also be used as a Thunk action. Thunk action is type-def as shown. If you dispatch wait and dispatch 5 when a button is pressed in the UI, a function that has a store as a single argument is dispatched. Then it becomes a Thunk action that Thunk middleware can handle. Thunk middleware can make your code much more concise. Now that we know about Thunk middleware, we'll refactor the Redux middleware app we just created using the Redux Thunk package.